The fairy event in Grow a Garden has changed the game completely. You can now catch fairies, store them in jars, and trade them for special seeds, gear, and pets. In this guide, I will show you exactly how to craft the fairy net, how to use it to catch fairies, and the best tricks to farm them fast. Let's start with what you need to craft the fairy net. The net is only available through the fairy crafting table. To make it, you must collect 1 subbulb, 1 strawberry seed, 1 harvest tool, and 100 fairy points. When you have these items, go to the fairy crafting table on the right side and press the E key to interact. Choose the fairy net recipe, press the green craft button, and then submit each ingredient one by one. Finally, add the fairy points and wait for the crafting timer. Once it is done, you will receive 20 fairy nets. Now let's talk about how to use the fairy net. Hold the net just like you would hold the shovel. Then, when you see a roaming fairy or one that appears from the fairy godmother, press the left mouse button while standing close to it. This action traps the fairy in a fairy jar. Be careful not to press the E key, because that will send the fairy into your garden to apply a glimmering mutation instead of capturing it. Catching fairies one by one can feel slow, but there are ways to make it much faster. Here are some of my best tips and tricks. First, during the fairy event, I recommend standing near the fairy godmother in the center. When a fairy goes to your garden to apply a mutation, it will return to the tree behind the godmother afterward. You can quickly catch it before it enters the tree. The best part is that you will still keep the mutation and also get the fairy in a jar. Second, go to Fairy World. After the fairy event ends, wait 30 minutes for the fairy ring to appear. Enter it and explore the fairy world. Inside, fairies spawn in much higher numbers, making this the best place to farm jars and rewards. Third, prepare in advance. Use the downtime between events to craft as many fairy nets as possible. This way, you are always ready to catch dozens of fairies during the next event or inside Fairy World. That is everything you need to know about catching fairies with the fairy net and Grow a Garden. Now you can gather jars quickly and trade them with Lumina or use them in the fairy shops for amazing rewards. If this guide helped you, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Grow a Garden tutorials and update guides. I will keep showing you the fastest ways to get rewards, pets, and seeds so you never miss out. Thanks for watching and happy gardening.